All right, everyone, welcome back. So, thank you so much for being here with us for Empower Your Learning. So, we now are going to have a fantastic presentation by Beth Stewart-Hancock. Before doing that, just wanted to remind you that our bingo, we have had several bingo winners. So, congratulations to all of you. And we will reach out to you for next steps in terms of getting your prizes. But if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. And without any further ado, going to pass it over right now to Beth.
All right. Hello. Thank you for joining us. Before I get begun on my presentation, I wanted to share real quick. I think I might have closed it now. The actual no, I'm not gonna do it. I think I closed it accidentally. Remind you that we're gonna go with my session until 12 o'clock, and we have lunch from 12 until 1. We come back at 1:15 with 1 o'clock for a certification level 1 with T3 little talk, and then at 1:15 we come back for our third and final session for the day. So my session today is on Google Slides collaboration, and let me share my screen. And there we go. All right. Just going to real quick, before, while we begin Google Slides, and here's my presentation. Obviously, it's in Google Slides. One of our tricks for using Google Slides is to not put everything in the middle of your slide. You can use the gray areas to minimize distractions, to provide links, or other things that you're doing for your Google Slides. So you can also use hyperlinks for inside a presentation, which I will show you, as well as to an outside resource or to a PDF or even to a website, as you see here. So then I'll do it in presentation format. No, I don't want to do that. I'm sorry. There we go. So our agenda for this morning is we're going to do Google Slides for everything. We're going to explore a variety of ways that you can use Google Slides in your classroom. I will show you how to create a new slideshow or make a copy of slideshows, adding all the fun things that make them more engaging for our students. I will work with you on sharing your slideshow with your students, either in the classroom or in Canvas or in however you would be sharing them. We'll publish to the web, and I have an example of a storyboard that my students did that we will publish, and you can see how that works, and then we'll do feedback and sharing or comments. All right, so what is Google Slides if you've been under a rock for the past couple of years and you're not sure? It's an online platform, a lot like PowerPoint. It's similar to Google Docs as far as how you collaborate and share your presentations. You use it to create presentations, engaging presentations for your students. They're in your Google Drive, but the benefit is you can upload your old PowerPoint if you still have them saved somewhere up into your Google Drive and use them as Google Slide presentations. I always stress to all of my friends and my coworkers to use Google Slides instead of PowerPoint for the online collaboration aspect and also for ease of access because anything Google that's in your Google Drive you can access from any device that you log into, phone, tablet, computer, whatever it may be. I think even your smart TV, you can access it that way also. The good news for us is you do not have to recreate the wheel to find or to use highly engaging activities. Our wonderful friends at T3 have created so many things, so many examples, and as well as uh, tutorials on how to do the Google Slides. They have on their Google Slides website, they have, it's called Google Slides for Everything. And I'm going to go to that little website right here. So I just clicked on my link. I had inserted the hyperlink into my slideshow. So it takes me to here. And if you scroll to the next slide, these are examples of pre-made slides, shows that you can use with your students. sketch and tell, choice board, cyber sandwiches, all these bunch of things, iron chef. For me, looking at these, a lot of these look to be more the upper grades, the intermediate grades, but the next slide has a lot more of the primary ideas and activities. So let me click on one of these for you. And it takes you to, you can see obviously it is a Google Slides presentation, okay? And it's for adding numbers from 1 to 20 and getting sums from 1 to 20. So it's already pre-done for you. And why would you want to redo all of this when all these resources are right here and available for you? All right. So another example, let's do an upper grade example, the Insta story, which I thought was kind of interesting looking at it. Oops. The students perhaps are doing biographies or topics of study about famous Black Americans or women in America or Hispanic Americans. They would research that person and they would complete the activity for them. And here are the slides all set up, adding hyperlinks, adding videos, events of a certain war or a certain activity. You can adapt this, but you cannot adapt this as it stands right now. There are some things that you have to do in order to adapt this, and I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. So I'm going to come back to that, okay? I don't want to jump too far ahead and confuse you. One other example that you might find useful is one that I've used with my students previously is a data notebook, and it's also a template you can use. And this literally you would give to the students. I pushed it out previously in Google Classroom, and every student had a opportunity to do this. And it takes them and they go through and they have their SMART goals, they have reading, science, math, social studies, and then reflections. Um, Obviously, if you are using this for your students in a content area, you would do the make a copy and then alter it or adjust it to fit the needs of your students and your goals. So, a lot of these slideshows that you see are available for us to use and to practice and work with. Okay. What I would like you to do, I'm gonna go out of my actual presentation, is I would like you to actually go to this Google Slides for everything site. We drop a link in the chat. Maybe this work? Probably not the way. Let me get a chat this way. No. All right. A long link. Sorry about that. So I would like you to click on the link in the chat. I would like you to explore either a upper grades or lower grades activity. I'm going to take about 3 to 5 minutes. I had the timer set in my presentation for 5 minutes, but we're flexible. If you need a little bit less time or a little more time, we can be very flexible with that. That's fine. What I would like you to do is to look over one of the presentations to think about how could you use this in your classroom next week, because it's already pre-set up and I'm going to show you how to alter it for your students. Okay, so you're going
Beth,
to yes ma'am.
Beth, when we select the link, it's not allowing us to go to the website. It's saying sorry, unable to open the file at this time. When I select it, I don't know if anybody else is having issues.
I had the same issue when I clicked on it myself from that link. I apologize.
Yeah, I was able to get in.
I got it.
Yeah,
I got
I'm
it
in.
too.
Yeah,
I got it too.
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay. doing wrong? Okay.
I'll post the link one more time.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Mhm.
All right. I know it is from the T3 website. It's on their website also. So if you, I don't know how to, is anybody still having a hard time getting in? We're all good? Okay. All right. So I'm going to set the timer here for 5 minutes. And I should share my screen, shouldn't I? I apologize. Okay. Can you guys see my screen right now?
Not
There we go.
currently.
There we go. Okay. So we are going to explore the Google Slides or everything. And in exploring what I'm asking you, not changing and not adapting yet, just take a few minutes to look at the variety that there is available for you and to pick one of the options, look at it, and think of how you could implement that in your classroom in the upcoming week. And I'm going to set my timer. There we go. You can make copies of these in just a few minutes. Obviously, if you know how to, obviously you can go ahead and do that. If you don't know how to make the copy yet, that's the next step that we're going to come up on, is making copies and making your own slideshows.
I bet this is Sarah. I just chatted you really quick.
Okay. What did you chat me with? I don't see it. Why is it not showing? No, there are examples. There are 2 slides of examples. So, where'd it go? I lost it now. So there's the first page, and then here's one page I think that are geared more towards the upper levels, and then the second page is more towards the primary levels. Okay. Okay, so what's our timer at? Our timer is up. It didn't sound off. I do apologize. If you could come back with me. I noticed a lot of people in the chat had a hard time getting into the link. The next step is to go through some of these things, and I'm going to skip to the third part of that. All right, because I want to show you, in case you could not find the link, how can you get to that that resource, because that's important to be able to find your resources. So on any site, if you don't have it bookmarked already, PGCPS, and then I just put in T3. Okay, and it pops up simply right here, the T3 website. I know it's the bit.ly and whatever, but I can never remember that. So there's the T3 website. You go to teachers, scroll down to your digital tools. All right, because we are here for our digital tools. And then everything that we are learning from us is, I got my things from a lot of these areas here. Google Slides, and here is right here the resources that you would want to need that we were just looking at.
You may be frozen. Huh.
Forced copy format, which we're going to learn in just a little bit.
Beth, if you wouldn't mind running that back, please, because I think that you were frozen for a little while. Okay, and we're able to see where you're clicking, but not getting the audio. Beth, we are still not getting audio from you. Perhaps you could try to enable the audio from one of your other devices.
And there is, okay, sure, I can go back into it again. So PGCPS, and you go into that.
This meeting is being recorded.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, you are all set. Oh, but that one just went to mute.
All right. Now I hear the alien voices. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, so for our, if I click share on here, can you still see? There we go.
Yep, we can see.
Going back to the PGCPS, I click on PGCPS T3. And once I'm on the T3 website, I'm going to go to teachers. I want to scroll down and find my resources for digital tools. It would be under quick links, digital tools. And again, I'm going to scroll down to Google Slides. That's what we're working on now is Google Slides. And here is an excellent place for you to find pre-created, pre-made slideshows, or even steps for how to use them, support ideas. I went to graphic organizers and drag and drop activities. And then these are set up this way. And I believe they are set up forced copy. And I'm going to show you how to do that in a few minutes. but it's set up so that when the person opens the document, they have to make a copy, and then it becomes their own document, their own slides presentation. Okay. You see, when you look at it, the owner is, it's under my other email, but it'll work fine. Owner is me. And then I can then edit and alter. I can put in a text box and type in just like in Google Docs. You can change the size of the text box. You can move it around wherever you want to. You can highlight and change the color, the font, or the sizes. So anyone who was unable to get to the Google Slides for everything, as you were working, I saw you were having a hard time, and you can get to it that way also. And there's a lot more resources there for us to work with. So back to sharing in chat or verbal discussion. Could anyone want to share in the chat or to share out loud? Did you find a slideshow that was there that you could definitely be using for your students in the upcoming lessons for the next week or two? Feel free to unmute or type in the chat if you would like to share with us. The message slide, the blendings, the blended sounds. All right. I think the options do fit a variety of grade levels. So the upper grades and the lower grades both have a lot of good resources. So, and I have a dream slides. Yep. Would have been nice to have had those a few weeks ago, right? So awesome. Hopefully, when you leave us today, I know when I usually leave PDs, I get motivated to work the rest of the night on my ideas. So hopefully you found one that you could alter into your class for the future. All right. Moving on to our next activities, we're going to talk about creating slides, copying a slideshow. Get bigger so you can see it better. Creating slides or copying a slideshow, using Slides Mania, Slides Carnival, and then that forced copy that I was just telling you about. All right. So what you're seeing now, the template background, I didn't create that. I'm just a teacher that borrows and uses other things. So I had gone to Slides Carnival to find that resource. So at Slides Carnival, it's free. You can scroll down, you can search by color, formal, inspirational, whatever kind of topic or theme you want to have. If you want a blue templates, they're all blue backgrounds. And you will notice that they have some symbols underneath, okay? If it has the C symbol, that is to be used in Canvas, not Canva. Or no, I'm sorry, Canva, not Canvas. So the C is for Canva, that design studio. You want to find one that has the slides icon for Google Slides available. There are many. You have to search for ones that are more found for you. Click on that icon, and that's all I did. I just clicked right on the icon. And it opens up the presentation. It has so many cool layouts and ideas and activities that you can look at and you can look down. So it has the title, okay? It has other ways to set up the presentation, columns, images on one side, the text on the other side. And you can scroll down. It probably has 30 or 40 different slides options, 29. All right. Often they give you some really cool icons that you can use. You can click on one, copy it, and then paste it in a different part of your presentation. Obviously, it's view only. Once it's view only, once you find the slide presentation that you want, you go into File, make a copy. Now, you can copy just one slide or certain slides or the entire presentation. It gives it a name for your project so you can come back to find it easily. And that's my lessons for next week, my slideshow for my classes for next week. I think I had the wrong date, but it's okay. And now that it is mine and I am the owner of it, I can make whatever changes I want to. I click on the boxes. Or whatever I may want to have it be, whatever I want to have it say. I can change anything now. I can go to a slide. I could delete because I don't want to have that part of that slide. I only need to have one text box. I can delete the things that I don't want. One at a time. I could highlight and hopefully we're going to rotate it. Okay, we're going to delete it. Anyway, so you can alter it however you need to for your activities. I'm going to close all of these because I have way too many slides open. And I'm going back to, there we go. So that Slides Carnival. Slides Mania is set up in the same way. And you just go down, you find your ones you want, and then you click on them. You can do certificates, cool, creative. They give you the options to look at that. Okay. Close out my excess here. Now you are feeling extra creative and you don't want to use somebody else's work. You want to begin your own slides activity. You probably, we know we can go into Google Drive and click on slides, or you can go to the waffle and click on slides. You can also just type in slides.google.com and that will bring you right to your slides drive. Okay, you're going to begin a new slide. You can do that, which we probably have all done that before. When you are, I'm looking at my slideshow. When you have your slide and you've made it, you've created it to be what you want it to be, you can change the background by going into the background. Choose images. There may be images that are in your drive. I don't know. I'm just choosing any old image I happen to have in my drive, but there you go. Sorry about that. You can change the font. All the things that you can do in Google Drive, you can also do in Google Slides. But it's so much more because it can become interactive and working with the students in the classroom. So one more thing I want to show you, and you will have access to all of these presentations in the handout, that the virtual handout that was given, is to force copy. You are going to give someone access, but you want them to make their own copy. All right. And you have the slide presentation. I'm going to go out of my slides format. And then you want to find the word edit in your toolbar. See that word edit? Okay. You're going to remove that. Before I make a mistake and mess up everything, I'm just going to make a backup copy for myself because I mess things up easily. So you find the word edit in the address bar. See that word edit right there? Okay, so you're going to delete everything back. Start with the word edit, but you're also going to delete the word edit and type in the word template. And what that should do is, oh, I did it wrong. Uh-oh. Didn't work out how I wanted it to. It's supposed to.
Beth, if you try to go ahead and go back to where you were.
Sarah, do you have any suggestions on that? Why it's not?
Yeah, are you able to hear me? Can you hear me, Beth?
Uh-oh. The presenter is having an issue. I cannot
All right,
hear you,
Beth, are you
Sarah, no.
you can't hear me? Okay, all right. I'll type it in the chat.
There we go. Copy. There you go. Sorry. So instead of the word template, I was watching a different video last night, make right in the word copy. Okay. And then when the person tries to click on that address, they'll get the message they have to make an immediate copy. So the word copy instead of template. Thank you for everyone in the chat who helped me out with that. I appreciate that. Let me show you one more time. All right, so you click up in the address bar and delete back to the word and including the word edit. You want to remove that. Type in the word copy and it will become a forced copy document. So when the person who has that address now, you're going to go ahead and share that entire address with them in a hyperlink, in an email or something like that. But when they click on this, they cannot take your document and alter it. They don't have to ask permission to have access for it. They make their own copy, which can save times. A lot of times you get permission for requested just, file, and now they have their own copy. They don't need to ask for permission for it. Okay. I went over to the T3 website. So next slide is back into the Google Slides platform. And I tell you, I didn't find this resource until about a year ago. The template gallery designed by Google Slides, it's there, but there's also not just templates for that are recently for, I'm in the wrong county, wrong email. You have templates for general things like a lesson plan or a book report, flashcards, STEM fair, science fair. I think my students could have used this multiple times in the past, and I was sad that I had not had that for them. A photo album, a cookbook. So those are general templates. PGCPS has put in here templates that are already, again, preset for you. So here's another place to find templates, and these are even separated by content area in some areas. So you have math, ESOL, general. All right, if you find a template that you think is excellent, you can submit that for review if you'd like. So we have Google Slides, template galleries. You have the ones from BTCPS, the ones that are in Google Slides. Most of them are more basic for you to add your own information. The ones that are pre-generated by T3 already have the decorations and the bling, and you just add your curriculum and your input for that. So making a slide carnival or a slide mania, or using a copy from T3 website or the slides. Now you're going to pick a template. It can be the same one that you used the past. I'm not sure which camera to talk to. It can be a different one completely. So pick a template that we have talked about or shared either in PGCPS's everything for Google Slides. Pick one of those. Or you can go to the Google Slides platform and pick one of the general or PGCPS slides. Make your own copy and then edit the title slide for an upcoming lesson. Okay, if you want to go further than that, fine. But edit what's your first slide, what's the lesson of your title of your lesson going to be, maybe the date you hope or you're planning to have it done. So just begin that little pre-step for you. Okay, so we're going to have 5 more minutes for you to, because I would like you to leave here with plans for next week. So pick a template you would like to use, make your copy of it, and then edit the title slide. You can either use a Slides Carnival, Slides Mania, or one of the ones that we have shared via our resources. All right, and 5 minutes. And that's not going to time because that is muted on that computer. You got bonus time.
Question.
If you have any questions that you had, would you like to ask about along the way for right now, you can drop them in the chat if you're stuck. Carnival. Let me check that out real quick. I think in Carnival, you just need to scroll down and look at the icons. I don't see an advanced search option. Let's see. By color, forms which are created. No, the options to search for are just by category of theme, not necessarily by category of platform. So you go to carnival.com, slidescarnival.com is the website you go to. And then I usually pick out my theme first, but you can import your template into a previously created slideshow. I'll show you that in just a few minutes. That's a good question. About 2 minutes left, and then we'll come back. Okay, so our time is up for that exploration. Would anybody like to chat or share which template they used and how they're going to use it?
I use the edition 1 to 20 template, and I plan on using it as a warm-up.
No one wants to share? You can share in the chat which template you used and then how you might use it. We are beginning our data talks with our students in our grades 5 and 4 in the next couple of weeks. So I'm going to be adapting the data journal from a middle school down to an elementary school perspective. So there's that. A fruit theme for the, oh, I like that. Very nice. Awesome. A bulletin journal template. That sounds, someone had asked about a journal template. So there's a bulletin journal template in Slides Mania. Edition for other, oh, okay, all right. Frogtastic. I've not heard of that. Is that a website? Oh, well, you could use a digital notebook for students to take their class notes, and you could have a different digital notebook for each chapter you're working on. So that would be awesome. Okay. Maybe I can't hear everybody. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next portion. And there we go. We did this one. So you have your slideshow. We talked about themes and layouts very briefly, but then the question was, how do I get this theme into my current slideshow? Or how can you make it better? Or how can you make it more bling? So let's go over some of those things. Okay. So I'm going to go into my new one that I just created. All right. Or I'll create the new one. It's fine. All right. I want to find a template. You can find the one that you've used. And then if you have open one up, you can find one that's already from the county, or you can import a template from your drive. Okay. From presentations. So if I have found a previously used template, I can click on that, and then I want to select that template. Not import. All right, so we have data journal for our school. All right, and I can. All right, so what's going on? Let's try this again. All right. Can you guys see my screen now? Or not? Okay. Don't you love technology? All right. It's not on my backup screen either, so it's not just you guys. You can only be as effective as your technology is effective, right? I'm afraid that if I refresh, can you see it on that one now? Yes. Okay, so now we're on backup computer completely. That's okay. Not a problem. Let me just move some things out of the way so I can see it better. All right, so Google Slides. I'm going to go to my new Google slide. I want to change my theme. All right, and there are a variety of themes that are already there for you to use. Colors and that sort of thing. You can import a theme. Let me add a couple extra slides before I do that. Hold on. So you add slide to the plus. That's fine. But now I want to import my theme from somewhere else. And I want to use my data notebook. Hopefully it works okay. It's a dot, but that's okay. You can change your theme in a variety of ways, however it makes you, however you like it. But what is the easiest for these fun themes is to take it from the carnival, make your copy, and you have it there. All right. Let me for this. Okay, so in our last session, you were asked about how to insert videos, and we couldn't do that in our docs. So, but you can do that in your Google Slides. So you're going to go to the slide you may want to use it on, okay? And you're just going to go into the insert, and you're going to go to video. All right. And if you have a video saved in your Google Drive already, you would go to that video. If you already have a URL, or you can search in YouTube for a video. You can preview it. Maybe not. Select it. And then you can preview it right there. I'm not going to play it very long because it's not my purpose. You can change the size of your screen. Okay. And have it be however you want it to be on your slides for you. Okay. What next? Adding images, slides, themes, and layouts. We did. So you come across some images and you want to have them arrange a certain way, like this whole background, title one, the word, everything there. If I slide just one, it's just one thing. I want to group all of my things together. I want to highlight them. Oops. Why is it not? My fingers are not working well on this. I want to give up. That was good. This backup computer is fun. Okay, what I'm trying to do, and it is not working, you want to highlight everything in that area and you want to group it. For some reason, it is not letting me do this on my activity. So you can highlight it. And then I want to, where to go? Sugar. We're gonna come back to that. It's gonna work. All right. Sorry about that. Okay. So the grouping and arranging images, we will have to come back to when you guys are doing your next activity and I can get my computers to work properly. The mouse is, the touch screen is not working properly on the computer that wants to share my screen. So you can change, like I have been saying, font, images, colors, all of the above. When you are organizing your slides, you can help yourself to stay organized by titling the slides in your slideshow, and also, which names them. You can number and put them and linking within the slideshow. So for linking within the slideshow, I'm going to show you back way up here where I have this right here. And I have, this is hyperlinked. When I click on it, it says, it didn't, to go to someplace, and it goes to that new website. You can hyperlink within your document. So if I wanted to talk about Google Slides for everything right here, but I don't want them to go to the other website yet, when I link it, I can link it not to a website, I can link it inside my document, inside my presentation. So right now I'm on slide 3, Google Slides for everything. I want to go to slide 4, Explore. And now that link will take me to slide 4, which is the Explore slide. Now it happens to be right now that slide, the slide to go to is slide 4. But if you have a week-long slides presentation for your students for each day of the week, when they log in on Friday, you don't want them going back to Tuesday and Wednesday's work. You want them to go right to Friday's work. So on your table of contents, you can link each day of the week to whatever slide that performance begins on. So you might have 5 slides per day. So slide 1 through 5 will be titled Monday, and so on. And then when you come into the table of contents, when you put for Tuesday, your hyperlink is going to have you going to slide 6. So Google Slides for everything, I could go to the next slide and it's not there anymore. It's now here. Okay. So to change that, I don't want to go to the next slide. highlight the text that's going to tell you, your student, where they're going. Insert the link icon. I don't want to go to the next. I want to go to my slide 4, which is where I explore Google Slides for everything. And I've done that. So now, instead of going to the next slide, like it did, it goes to slide 4, explore. So, and I use this a lot more when I had my upper grades. The elementary school, not quite as much, but what it does often help to keep the kids organized when they're going from day to day activities. So if you want to know, if they want to know where is their homework, that could be on your first slide, classwork, and then homework. And they might, when they go to that first slide, click on homework, and the homework takes that click takes them to an external worksheet or activity, or it could be an internal slide later on in the presentation. All right. So we are way down here and moving on. Now, when you publish your slides to the web, it makes it like a movie. It makes it a little more accessible for those to be able to access the links that you have in there. So when you publish your slides to the web, you have your slides done, okay? And file, where did I find it? Oh my goodness, I've lost my train of thought completely. Have a brain malfunction. Nope. There it is. There we go. Sorry. It's under share. I think it has changed. It used to be further down in the down menu. So publish files to the web, go to share. You usually share with others. That's a common thing that we do. Okay. So publish to the web, and it's going to ask you, you want a link or to embed it. You can make your decision, and then it will auto advance the slides forward for you. You can have this start the slideshow as soon as the player loads it. They can restart it in a loop if you'd like to. You can tell them, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever it might be, and then hit publish. Let's do a restart the slideshow if it ends. Last slide. Yes, let's go ahead and publish it. I'm going to copy my link, go to a new tab, type it in. There's the slideshow, and it will auto advance forward. Fingers crossed, but did it correctly. How long did I set it to take? So one of my activities for my students a couple years ago was we did digital storytelling with Google Slides. And here is that, don't laugh at my creativity. This is my example of how to do it. So don't laugh too much at it. Oh, it's not my example. It's somebody else's example. I'm sorry. I thought I did my example. But here's his example. And so this was made, a video was made from a Google slideshow. Okay. So, where are we at? So for the last few minutes, you can take time, we'll do one more 5-minute work session, okay? Take time now to that slideshow that you have already created that you are going to hopefully use in the upcoming weeks, I'm sorry, you're going to perhaps add shapes, images. I think it would be helpful to find a video, help you to do that now before you forget how to do that. Remember, insert the video, and it can be in your Drive, URL, or YouTube. Grouping or arranging those. I'm going to practice that while you're working so that if I get it to work properly on my end, because I will show you again. And then the font, images, and colors. The newest thing for me that I learned was to publish to the web, that I had never done that before. So that will be helpful when I give my students activities to do that I want to have them progress through the steps. They can do that automatically. So 5 minutes, and then we're going to maybe when someone wants to share a publisher to the web or show us what you have created in this presentation. No obligations, but you'll have some time to share with us your ideas, your thoughts, and also answer more questions. Okay, so 5 more minutes. And I'm gonna insert my 5 minute, I'll do a 4-minute video because you already had gotten started on that. Not a 4-hour, 4-minute. Let's have some donuts. That's not gonna work, right? Hmm. About 2 minutes left. Hopefully my dog over here snoring is not bothering you guys too bad. Just realized how loud she was being. All right, coming down to the end of the time. All right, that's our end of time. I did practice my little activity that I told you I was going to practice, and I wanted to share with you guys. Where's it at? Okay, so you have it was a grouping activity. Okay, you have your objects. There we go. All right, there we go, and you want to highlight all of the objects and group them together. Of course, not having fun like this. Where is it? There it is. There we go. All my objects together, these three objects together, right? I want to highlight them. It's not going to let me do this. Maybe it's the presentation that I chose. I guess what it is. The whole presentation's not the best presentation. So we're going to adapt real fast back to our original activity. I want to take my images and it's not going to work. There we go. This one will work. Sorry about that. My students, we made bookmarks also. So here's the images. I've got two images, right? See how one overlaps the other? I want to tell them which one comes front. So I can take this one, click on it, and I'm going to arrange it in order because I want the title to be in the front. And then my other photo would be in the back. Now I can group them so that when I move one, oh no, it didn't. Group them. They are grouped. So that when one is moved or one is frozen, they are frozen or kept in place. So for the grouping or ordering, you highlight, the whole thing's highlighted. You go into arrange, you group or ungroup, depending upon what you would like to do. When you have several pictures overlapping, and you want one picture in front of the other, go to that one image, and that's the image, order, and either bring it to the front or send it to the back, like that. Okay. If you're wondering how do we make this shape, I went into File and then down into Page Setup. And I changed it from the custom shape to the 4x10. And that's what made it the long, skinny rectangle. So a lot of the times in my students, we use Google Slides in non-traditional ways. We'll change the shape or change the how they're using it, not just as a slides presentation. So, all right, so that a few minutes early, about 7 minutes early, but it does end what I have for my presentation for you. I'm open. You can share questions, ask me to review again something. If you're stuck, you do have access to this on the handout for Powering Up Conference. So you can take any of my links to go to, refind again. Any questions? The new themes in Google Slides. I'm going to go to the slides. Just plain old Google Slides. So go to Google Drive, and then go into the waffle, go into plain old Google Slides. And then the templates are in the template gallery up the top right here. Click on that, and it opens up the general ones that are available to anybody in the world for ideas. Then PGCPS has preset ones also. All right. Yeah, so you will have the same link. It's the same session. You can just come back here at 1 for level 1 certification. I guess a pep talk or a little bit of directions, Sarah. Is that what's going on with that one?
Yeah, absolutely. So just wanted to thank you, Beth, for all of the great information, all of the great resources. So everybody, if we could give her a virtual round of applause. Yay. So wonderful job. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, so we will take a break for lunch. We will come back here at 1 p.m. And the next session that we have is going to be Intro to Level 1 Certification. And you're going to have that courtesy of Megan. So just come back and join us, same links. So you don't have to leave. You could just, feel free to mute and stop your video. And then after that, then we'll just pick up where we left off.